Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. This is a really sad story. Yep, this is very sad. This is very disturbing, and it has me. All right, we're gonna get into this story, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to my channel if you're into my commentary, and if you need to reach out to me, look inside the description. You will find my email address. And we go from there. If you have any viewers requests or if you need any coaching. And shout out to the people that's been contacting me, telling me to cover this story. Thank you. Just so hard. There might be a two-part on this, might be, but we're going to get into it now. And I'm going to also put in some timestamps for the people that's watching replay. Alright, we're going to get into this piece of crap right here. And Lisa, thank you for the update because I didn't know all that part. I didn't know all of that. Alright, BGB and Kendall, I see you up in here, popping up in here. I see you. And we got mods on there. We got BG, and we got Jack, and we also got Lisa. Alright, let's get into this story. Alright, so basically, this beautiful young lady, she's 19 years old. Okay, some sort of reason I guess they hooked up or whatever. She's 19 and he's 33. Red flag. What does a 33 needs with a 19-year-old if he doesn't have bad intentions? That's just my opinion, right? So I guess they was talking. We're gonna watch a couple of videos with the text messages, right? And they was talking whatever, they going on a date. And whatever happened, it was on April Fool's Day. I hate to say April Fool's Day, but it was April 1st. I'm sorry to say it like that. It was April 1st. They go on a date, and then the next day, body parts is being found. This lowlife took her life out. I am so sick and tired of these people out here making a decision who should live or be unalived. Who are you? You are looking at the face of Satan's son. This is Satan's son. Yes, he is. Alright, we're going to watch a clip. So just give me a second so I can set up. We're going to watch a clip, and then I'm going to also read an article, and I'm going to show some more clips. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? We have to get into this. This is so sad. I just can't even, I'm just like, are you flipping kidding me? Are you flipping kidding me? And she loves pink. She loves pink. I love pink too. You are so beautiful. Look at her smile. Beautiful. And that's the house that she died in. Oh, and let me add, he had a sex dungeon in his house. And we're gonna also watch a clip of another lady that he tried to, maybe he was trying to do the same thing with her, but she felt the creeps and she got out of there. Alright, make sure I said hit the like, and share me out on your social media. Alright, let's get into this monster here. Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin. Yeah, you Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin. Thank you, Lisa, for saying that to me, because I'm trying to give him a name. We're going to call him Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin. Let's get it.
Documents say Anderson and Robinson were meeting up for that first date on Monday, April 1st. They started at a Menominee Valley bar, the Twisted Fisherman, before heading over to Duke's on Water, which is in downtown Milwaukee.
Why are you taking a 19-year-old girl to a bar? Resume.
Phone is then traced to right here, Anderson's home at 39th in Oklahoma, and we know Robinson was never seen again. This new exclusive video appears to capture the moment took Maxwell Anderson into custody near his home at 39th in Oklahoma, following a whirlwind investigation that started April 2nd.
Milwaukee County 911 dispatch received a call from Cudahy Police Department regarding a severed leg at Warnemont Park. Subsequently, a Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting.
That missing person, Sade Robinson. A criminal complaint released Friday says investigators used her cell phone records to follow her movements the night before on April 1st for what was supposed to be a first date with Anderson. After dinner and drinks, Robinson's phone was tracked to Anderson's home for 3 hours. An hour later, her phone pinged at Kern Park. and then following a drive across the city, its last trace to Warnemont Park, the same spot investigators found that severed leg. April 2nd, the Milwaukee police found Robinson's car torched near 31st and Lisbon, her clothes and phone in the trunk. 12 News has since...
Do you see Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin? Just look at him. Torched the car. Ooh, 603. I see you in here, beautiful. I see you. This is insane. This gives me so many chills, this whole thing. Alright, let me get back to it. We have a lot to cover tonight, so hopefully y'all can hang in here. Hopefully you can. Let's get it.
Learned footage from a city bus near that time and place captured Anderson. In the following days, police and Robinson's family searched that Walnut Hill neighborhood and found a foot and human flesh.
MPD returned to the area when Miss Robinson's family located her blanket. At this time, detectives located additional human remains.
DNA results on the foot are pending, but DNA results confirm the severed leg is Robinson's.
Do you know how she died?
Can't comment on that.
Investigators also not detailing where the homicide occurred, a possible motive, a weapon, or what they found when they searched his home, other than blood in a bedroom and blood on the walls leading to the basement. Law enforcement sources told 12 News investigators did find what was described as a sex dungeon.
What did you find inside that home, specifically in the basement?
Cannot release that at this time.
Hannah, the sheriff confirmed they are reviewing other missing person cases to see if there's any connection to this one.
Right, Patrick, they're looking for any link to this case. But today, the sheriff did say right now they do not have any evidence that leads them to any other victims.
Hannah Hilliard at 39th and Oklahoma in Milwaukee tonight.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I see you up in here, vegan. I see you up in here. People out there with killer mentality. Okay, watch out. Yep, you're right. Not everybody comes into your life, ladies and gentlemen, with good intentions. Some people come into your life just to use you. Some people come into your life to abuse you. Some people come into your life because you have status, you might be popular or something, they want to soak up your energy. It could be a million things, but you have to be very careful who comes in your life and what's their intentions. Alright, let me just read this quick little article here. I'm going to read some article and I have plenty more clips, so let's just hang in there. Hopefully you're comfortable and everything, because we got to talk about this. This really is disturbing. Very disturbing. Alright, let me get down. If I haven't greeted anybody, welcome for being here. I'm glad that you're here. And please don't forget to hit the like. Alright, let's get into this low-life piece of crap, Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin. Did this to this beautiful girl. This mother is so distorted. Oh my gosh, she's... Alright, what article do I have here? 12 WISN ABC. Milwaukee man behind bars in connection to severed leg discovery. What we know about him. Milwaukee. He's a Milwaukee bartender now at the center of a homicide investigation following the discovery of a severed leg in Cudahy. I can't even pronounce this area, whatever it is. Let me turn this music down, make sure y'all can hear me clearly. Okay. His name is Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin / Maxwell Anderson. He has not yet been charged, but investigators have raided his home near the South 39th Street and Oklahoma Avenue in Milwaukee and have connected that raid to a human leg discovery. Human leg discovery. At the same time, this 19-year-old Sade Robinson has been missing for 10 days, with additional human remains discovered near where her burnt car was found at North 31st Street and Libson Avenue, something like that. Okay, he set the car on fire too. Okay. Okay. WISN 12 News has confirmed Anderson has ties to Cudahy County, having attended Kettle Moraine Catholic Memorial and High School, whatever, in the early 2000s. This monster has a criminal record. Court records show that he had a 2014 misdemeanor disorderly conduct conviction following an incident with a family member in Dapperfield in 2015. He had a misdemeanor domestic violence case in Door County. Okay. For the last few years, WISN 12 News has learned Anderson worked at several Milwaukee bars. Oh, so that's all you want to do in life, just be a bartender, right? You probably be slipping Mickeys in people's drinks and stuff. They need to investigate that. Including the raid, these are my thoughts and opinions, including the raid from 2018 to 2020, and most recently working at Victor's nightclub in the city's east side. A woman who claimed that she met Anderson there spoke to WISN 12 News by phone this week, but asked not to be identified. We're going to watch that clip too, ladies. Hang in there, ladies and gentlemen. But identified out of the fear for her safety. She said that he once invited her to his south side home. I remember there being something about a hole in the yard, and this was back in fall, the woman said. I remember asking him about it, and he was like, I'm building a garden. In a view from News Chopper 12, a gaping hole next to Anderson's house was visible earlier this week. When I got in, I just kind of seemed like he was in the middle of a whole bunch of renovations, but kind of seemed like the kind of guy that would never finish them. Oh, I know those type of men. They don't stop. They don't continue. Yeah, because he had a hidden agenda. All right, resume. Thursday, WISN 12 News learned from multiple law enforcement sources that Anderson has had what is described as a sex dungeon in his basement. Are y'all catching what I'm saying? I hope y'all following. I got a little bit of the tour, and he was like, do you want to see the basement? I was like, no, I'm okay. He is like, it's creepy down there. I was like, no, it's okay. The young woman said, it's creepy down there. And that's what you tell her, and she's supposed to go. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, he should never been born. Let's get back to it. WISN 12 News, I'm almost done. WIS 12 News also learned that Anderson was a student with the United States Navy. He was with the Navy from April 2011 through January 2012. At this time, it is unclear why his time with the Navy ended. Yeah, I'd like to know too. Prosecutors got the court to give them an extra 72 hours to either charge Anderson or release him. The 72-hour run runs out on Friday morning. All right, when did this article come out? Did I say when the article come out? I don't think I did. Oh, it came out April 12, 2024. That's when it came out. All right, we're going to get into this next clip. This is so sad. How does a human being could do that to another human being? I just don't get it. Only way I can see is you have to be serving Satan. You have to. These people have to be serving Satan. There's no other way. There's no other way. All right. Okay. All right. This is the what I'm getting ready to show is the press conference. We're gonna get into the press conference. I'm just trying to fast forward some because it took a few minutes for them to start. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, let's watch some of this press conference, and I'm gonna have it on speed 1.25. It won't be that fast. It should be okay. I don't think you have to adjust anything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Press conference. This is the press conference for this beautiful girl. So sad. Let's get it.
Yeah, we may have to get it moving, Phil. There'll be a period at the end where you can ask a question. All right, we ready? All right, great. Morning, folks. I'm James Burnett, spokesman for the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. I am here with Milwaukee County Sheriff Anita Ball, Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman. A little bit of housekeeping really quickly. You probably know this. If you don't, you probably should not be here. Sheriff Ball, B-E-N-I-T-A-B-A-L-L. Chief Norman, J-E-F-F-R-E-Y-N-O-R-M-A-N. We good? Great. Okay, so we're here for a briefing on the an ongoing investigation for human remains that were discovered early last week, and again, all the subsequent information that has come after that. I have to tell you, this briefing may be brief because there are a number of questions we may not be able to answer. That said, Sheriff Ball, Chief Norman will give you what they can, and on that, I will hand it off to the sheriff.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to give a brief update regarding the severed leg that was found and some of the human remains that have been found throughout Milwaukee County. As you know, on April the 2nd at approximately 5:29 p.m., Milwaukee County 911 dispatch received a call from Cudahy Police Department regarding a severed leg at Warnemont Park. It was near the golf course and the pumping house. And so the leg was amputated from the around the hip down.
Did y'all hear that? From the hip down. Him and Taylor's your business. Dangerous people. Thank God they got him, because believe me, she was not going to be the last one. Might be other victims out here. We will see in time. Resume.
And as a result, the leg appeared to be that of an African-American female. Subsequently, a Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting, and that missing person was Sade Robinson. So on Wednesday, April the 4th, our investigation led to a person of interest, Maxwell Stephen Anderson, who lives in the 3100 block of South 39th Street, where he was arrested after a traffic stop near the home. A search warrant was conducted. The severed leg has been preliminarily identified as belonging to Ms. Robinson. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Robinson family, friends, and the Milwaukee community who have embraced this family. We are sorry for your loss. It's such a tragic incident. Our investigators have worked around the clock on this investigation. As a result of their diligence and with the help of our criminal justice partners, the District Attorney's Office issued charges today against Maxwell Stephen Anderson for first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson of property other than building. He remains in custody. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office would like to thank all of our partners involved in this investigation, specifically the Milwaukee Police Department, the Cudahy Police Department, the Kenosha Police Department, the Madison Police Department K-9 Unit, Great Lakes Search and Rescue K-9 Unit, the FBI, the ATF, the Department of Justice's Division of Criminal Investigation and their crime lab, the Medical Examiner's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the Milwaukee County Transit System, Wisconsin Southern Railroad, the United States Coast Guard, forensic anthropologist Gordon Karsten, and other partners who may have helped in this endeavor. Your help was very invaluable. Again, we extend our sincere condolences to the Robinson family as they navigate this difficult time and mourn the loss of Sade. I'm going to turn it over to Chief Norman, who's going to talk about other parts of the investigation. Thank you.
Okay, check this out. This chocolate fragments fat cells into tiny.
Thank you, Sheriff Paul. First and foremost, on behalf of the Milwaukee Police Department, our hearts and prayers go out to the family of Sade Robinson. This is a horrendous tragedy, and above all else, we cannot imagine the pain that you must be going through. Please know that you have our deepest thoughts and condolences. Details of some of the Milwaukee Police Department's involvement can be found in the criminal complaint that was filed by the District Attorney this morning. What we can share at this time is this. On April 2nd, Milwaukee Police Department investigated an arson at the 2800 block of West Lisbon Avenue. Video surveillance recovered from the arson investigation led investigators to search the area of 3000 West Carleena Street. On Friday, April 5th, investigators located human remains in the area. On Saturday, April 6th, MPD continued the search in the area and located additional human remains on the railroad tracks. Later in the evening on Saturday, April 6th, MPD returned to the area when Ms. Robinson's family located her blanket. At this time, detectives located additional human remains. The identification of the human remains recovered by MPD are still pending. I repeat that. The additional human remains is still being looked at, and the investigation is pending in regards to the identification of that. Please note, we continue to search for additional evidence that has not been located. Anyone with information is asked to contact Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360, or to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 414-224-TIPS, or P3TIPS. We're grateful for the efforts of the Sheriff Department, the District Attorney's Office, and other federal and local law enforcement partners for their tireless efforts to gather facts and evidence in this case. Please remember, this is an ongoing investigation, and as information becomes available, we will do so in sharing it. And we also ask to please remember to respect the privacy of the family at this time and allow them to grieve. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Sheriff Ball.
So if you have some questions that we can answer, you can ask them now.
Just to clarify, so the severed leg has been confirmed connected to Robinson, but not the human remains found Friday, Saturday, and Sunday by the Milwaukee Police Department.
A preliminary investigation have shown that the leg is Ms. Robinson's, and yes, the human remains have not been identified yet.
Are you looking into other missing women and reviewing those cases to possibly connect it to this case?
This is an ongoing case, and we have looked at other parts of the investigation to see if there are any others that could be linked, and so far there hasn't been any evidence that there is any other victims.
Are you concerned that there could be other victims?
There hasn't been anything that is right now.
Prosecutors are saying that from the time that two went back to Anderson's house, according to the criminal complaint, until the time that he came to Warnemont Park, which is a pretty wide time frame. Do we know when this killing happened and where it happened? Was it at the home? Was it in the car? Was it at the park? I'm a little unclear on that portion of the criminal complaint.
We can't, it's still part of the ongoing investigation, so we can't comment on that.
Do you know how she died?
Can't comment on that.
Or do we know how they met, the suspect and the victim?
It's my understanding that they may have met at his place of employment, but right now we can't confirm that.
Since we don't have identification of all of the remains that have been found, can you confirm or not if there is any danger to the public?
At this time, we don't believe that there are any other victims out there and that the person who is responsible for this heinous crime has been arrested.
Are you still searching for remains for Ms. Robinson?
Yes, we are.
Do you know where those remains could be?
No.
Have you found have you recovered a murder weapon in this situation?
Ongoing investigation.
Folks, we have time. Interest of time, 2 more questions.
Has there been a motive established?
Ongoing investigation.
What did you find inside that home, specifically in the basement?
Cannot release that at this time.
Is anyone else connected to the crime that will be more charges?
We have no evidence there's anyone else that's related to this offense, but you know, as I stated before, it is ongoing investigation.
When is the soonest that we can expect another update?
As soon as we get information.
Is he speaking with investigators? Anderson?
It's my understanding that he has retained a lawyer.
Is there anything you can say about the sex dungeon?
No.
All right, folks.
Just like, could you describe the crime? I mean, you called it a heinous crime. Just how are your investigators doing having to tackle this right now?
Well, just to know that someone has, you know, been dismembered in a fashion like that, you know, you know, our investigators, they want to find justice for the victim, and so right now that's what their focus is on. But you know, any crimes like this, it's bound to at some point in time have an effect on those who are involved.
Sheriff, thanks. Chief, thanks for your time. No promises, but there could be an additional briefing at a later date.
I see you, Nell Gigi. This case is heart-wrenching, but we have to be more careful as women. This is so sad. This is so disturbing. This has been hitting my spirit for days now. I was like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. All right, let me go back. There was some comments here. I'm going to go back a little bit on the comments, and then we're going to get into some more clips, ladies and gentlemen, okay? More clips. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for engaging and stuff. I know this is very hard. And Kay, I saw you up in there. I see you up in there. I see you, Kay. All right. What was it? No, it was 603 said something. Oh, it was a question that 603 said, did he have an honorable or dishonorable discharge? Well, what I was reading, I really don't know. Let me turn this music down. I really don't know. We don't know what it is. It's a mystery. When the article is a mystery, we don't know. All right, I think we got ourselves another clip here. They decorated. This is all pink. She loves pink. I love pink. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into the next clip. And I might do a part 2. I gotta find out some more about this story because I need to know more. But we're gonna watch some clips. They're gonna show the text messages and all that stuff. All right. Let's get it. Let's watch this clip, ladies and gentlemen.
But first, our big story at 9, the home of the man charged in the homicide of 19-year-old Sade Robinson has a new look.
Fox 6's Bria Jones joins us live now near 39th in Oklahoma with details on today's pink out. Bria?
Well, Steph, on the night police say she died, they say that Sade Robinson, right now her family and friends are still gathered outside for this pink out. They at the house in her favorite color with decorations from balloons to streamers to signs calling for justice. The details of 19-year-old Sade Robinson's alleged fatal first date are pulling at heartstrings far and wide.
I'm 50 years old and I can relate to her. All she wanted was love.
Nicole Green drove an hour for Monday's pink out in Robinson's honor. A call put out to the community to decorate her accused killer, Maxwell Anderson's home, in her favorite color.
We're here to support and love and turn this evil into light.
According to a criminal complaint, police say Robinson first went out with Anderson on April 1st, the night she disappeared. Investigators say technology placed Robinson at Anderson's home near Oklahoma and 39th Street on Milwaukee's south side. The next day, her severed leg was found at Warnemont Park in Cudahy, and more human remains were later found scattered across the city. Gruesome discoveries shocking many, including those in Anderson's neighborhood.
My son said he's seen him walking his dogs, but I never did.
Wearing their pink, this mother-daughter duo says it was on their hearts to show support.
This is just tragic, and I can't even imagine the unbearable pain that her mom must be going through. So just coming out to show support and that our Milwaukee community loves our Milwaukee girls.
Being here to support, her mom can see that she's not alone. Everyone here is grieving with her.
A hurtful grief that even these decorations can't mask.
I have a lot of community daughters, and it could have been one of them. She was just happy to go on a date. Who expected it to end like this?
Now, all night we have been seeing people come out here to show support and love. Her family still gathered here right now. Currently, they are still searching daily for Robinson's remains. The family also has a GoFundMe set up to cover memorial costs and any other fees during this time. Now reporting live in Milwaukee, Bria Jones.
We're now at the center of an investigation into a severed leg. 12 News Investigates is learning more about Maxwell Anderson, including what law enforcement sources tell us they found in his basement.
Anderson has not been charged. At the same time, 19-year-old Sade Robinson has been missing for 10 days.
Police say she was last seen April 1st with her burnt car later found near 30th and Lisbon.
This past weekend, investigators discovered human remains near 31st and Galena over 3 consecutive days.
Now, this is the second place a body part was found in Milwaukee County in a week at Warnemont Park in Cudahy on April 2nd.
12 News' Hannah Hilliard is live outside Anderson's home near 39th in Oklahoma. And Hannah, you've been looking into his past all day long.
Yeah, Joyce and Patrick, and we have uncovered a lot, including Anderson's ties to Waukesha County and what sources are telling us investigators found inside this home exactly 1 week.
I'm sorry, I had to pause. Arlo, did you just creep through the back door up in here? I see you, brother. I miss you like crazy. Isn't this a horrible story, Arlo? I can't believe this. And good to see you, brother. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a few more clips to cover here. Let's get it.
Could go. This is the man behind bars, but not yet charged.
In the interest of Maxwell Stephen Anderson,
appearing in court in connection to a case that's captivated Milwaukee. Who is Maxwell Anderson? We know he's a Southside resident whose house at 39th in Oklahoma was searched by investigators 2 days after someone found a severed leg on the Lake Michigan shore in Cudahy. 12 News has confirmed The 33-year-old man has ties to Waukesha County, attending Kettle Moraine, Catholic Memorial, and Pewaukee High Schools in the early 2000s. Anderson has a criminal record, a 2014 misdemeanor disorderly conduct conviction in Waukesha County after an incident with a family member in Delafield, and in 2015, a misdemeanor domestic violence case out of Door County. For the last few years, he's worked at several Milwaukee bars.
He works full-time,
including The Rave from 2018 to 2020, most recently working at Victor's nightclub on the east side. A woman who claims she met Anderson there spoke to 12 News by phone, but asked not to be identified out of fear for her safety. She says he...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen. This is this other potential victim that he probably was trying to get. This is crazy. This is so sad. 19. Red flag. She's 19 and he's 33. What would they have in common? You can't take her to a bar. Obviously, he had bad intentions. I'm just glad that they caught him. Do you know this guy's huge? He's tall. He's huge. I'm glad they got this low-life piece of crap. Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin. Resume.
He once invited her to his Southside home.
I remember there being something about a hole in the yard, and this was back in fall. I remember asking about it, and he was like, oh, I'm building a garden.
In a view from News Chopper 12,
all right, that looks like a hole there, actually.
a gaping hole next to Anderson's house was visible earlier this week. Inside the home,
And when I got in, it just kind of seemed like he was in the middle of a whole bunch of renovations, but kind of seemed like the kind of guy that never would finish them.
Thursday, 12 News learned from multiple law enforcement sources Anderson had what as a...
So I got a little bit of and he was like, do you want to see the basement? And I was like, no, I'm okay. He's like, it's creepy down there. And I was like, no, that's okay.
Now, Hannah, Anderson hasn't been charged, but is still being held after almost a week in jail.
Right, Joy. So the court did give prosecutors an additional 72 hours to either charge Anderson or release him. Those 72 hours run out tomorrow morning. We will, of course, be sure to stay on top of any developments and bring them to you as they happen on air and online.
Hannah Hilliard live in Milwaukee. And as we have been reporting, that 72-hour hold on Maxwell Anderson expires tomorrow. We asked legal expert Craig Mastantuono about what could happen next.
If he's released, that doesn't stop prosecutors and police from continuing to gather evidence and potentially charge Mr. Anderson at a later date. In other words, tomorrow is not a dismissal or move forward date. It's a move forward with a complaint or release the suspect.
In a gruesome murder mystery that's gripped the Milwaukee area for more than a week now. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jessup Ricebeck.
And I'm Amanda Porterfield. This morning, Maxwell Anderson was charged with murdering and dismembering 19-year-old Sade Robinson. The charges link two stories we've been covering for more than a week. The missing woman, Robinson, and body parts discovered in several locations throughout the city and county. Prosecutors now say at least two of those body parts are Sade Robinson's, and officers are looking for more of them.
We have team coverage for you tonight of this breaking news. CBS 58's Taj Mahal and Bryant McRae will have details on the investigation, but we start with Adam Reif live from Anderson's Southside home, breaking down the new information tonight. Adam.
And this home is where prosecutors say Maxwell Anderson killed.
I had to pause. Let me see what Patty said here. Patty said this was a premeditated. He had to get his fix. I agree with you. Hope that they investigate other missing cases in the area and find a connection to him. I just can't believe this was his first time. I don't think so too either, Patty. It doesn't add up. And she definitely wasn't going to be the last one. I'm so glad they got this low-life piece of crap, Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin, who should have never been born. Who is his mommy and daddy? Mommy and daddy laid down and had Satan Jr. by the name of this creep. Arlo says psychopaths and predators that was under the radar for who knows how long. Great point. Great point. All right, let's get back to the clip, to the news clip.
Killed Sade Robinson after the two went on a date last Monday. A few blocks away is where Anderson was taken into custody a few days later. In moments, you will see new video of that arrest in progress. Now, this case is bringing into light the story that has simmered in the shadows for days. While a concerned family was looking for a missing woman, body parts were turning up all across the city of Milwaukee. And now we have more information on why.
Sick son of a hurt my baby.
Sheena Scarborough did not hold back.
Sick son of a pay.
Her hatred for Max.
My prayers go out to the mother, because she is so hurting. She is so hurting. And even the uncle said, how are we supposed to properly bury this girl? 19. She's a college grad. She has her associates. She was working at a pizza place. No kids. She was on the right track. She was on the right track. But unfortunately, she met Lucifer's son.
Maxwell Anderson was evident from the moment her daughter's alleged killer walked into the courtroom. Prosecutors say Anderson and Sade Robinson went out to 2 restaurants and bars the night of April 1st, then returned to Anderson's home on South 39th Street. They say at some point that night, Anderson killed Robinson, dismembered her body, then drove her car around while he scattered the body parts in various places.
The allegations in the complaint are abhorrent. It was the highest level of violence imaginable.
Anderson also did Sade's car and lit it on fire. He spoke just once during Friday's hearing.
Do you understand the maximum potential penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anderson's attorney first tried to get the homicide charge thrown.
He does look like Chad Will up in the courtroom like that, don't he? I don't understand how somebody can just dismember a person's body. How can you do that? Tell us your business. How are you capable of doing it? Well, we know she was high up on drugs. Wow.
Thrown out.
And there's nothing in here that says that she died at Mr. Anderson's home.
Sade's mother again lashed out.
So I'd ask you to dismiss that count before we address.
Anderson's attorney then alluded to Anderson being innocent.
Had Mr. Anderson been involved in this horrible tragedy, we would expect one to flee.
But bail was ultimately...
Excuse me. I read somewhere that they found blood in his house, and it was her blood. If I'm correct. I stand to be correct. If I'm wrong, please let me know who's watching replay. But, can't get mad. Everybody's entitled for a lawyer, correct? They all entitled for a lawyer. This lawyer's doing the best that he can. Shout out to defense, because y'all have some cases that I'm like, how do you defend a person like that? But I know y'all probably push them to do, plea bargains and do this. But sometimes these monsters like, nope, I'm innocent. I'm going to go to court. Resume.
He said at $5 million. Sade's family had been searching for her ever since her disappearance. Authorities used phone records, surveillance video, and home security video to close in on Anderson. He was arrested Thursday, April 4th. Friday brought some answers for the family, but also more questions.
Who the do something like this to my beautiful baby? She hurt nobody.
And little closure.
Me and my family would never be okay. Imagine trying to bury your niece with no body for the service.
And prosecutors say there are still missing body parts as they continue to look for all the human remains from Sade Robinson. Maxwell Anderson will return to court 1 week from Monday. Live here in Milwaukee, Adam Reif, CBS 58 News.
Such a tough story, Adam. Thank you. And we have been working to get answers to this story from law enforcement about this case for more than a week now.
And today, after days of silence, we're finally hearing from the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and the Milwaukee Police Department. CBS 58's Taj Mahal joins us live in studio with more on the investigation. Tajma?
Amanda Jessup, a joint press conference was held this morning. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and Milwaukee Police, along with assistance from several other agencies, worked closely to connect the dots on this investigation, starting with the discovery of the severed leg at Warnemont Park.
And so the leg was amputated from the around the hip down. As a result, the leg appeared to be that of an African-American female. Subsequently, a Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation, raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting.
The missing person was 19-year-old Sade Robinson, and we now know the leg discovered belonged to her. During a news conference, Sheriff Danita Ball and Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman confirmed many of the details listed in the criminal complaint against Maxwell Anderson, including a timeline of how the investigation began.
On Wednesday, April the 4th, our investigation led to a person of interest, Maxwell Stephen Anderson.
After the severed leg was recovered, Milwaukee police discovered Sade Robinson's car had been set on fire. The arson investigation led police to the discovery of other human remains found in Milwaukee.
Video surveillance recovered from the arson investigation led investigators to search the area of 3000 West Carleena Street. On Friday, April 5th, investigators located human remains in the area.
Officials say the remains found at multiple locations in Milwaukee are still being processed for official identification, although Sheriff Ball says they do not believe multiple victims are involved. Sheriff Ball also told me that search efforts in this investigation are not over.
Are you still searching for remains for Ms. Robinson?
Yes, we are.
And Sheriff Ball says right now they do not know where those remains might be. I also asked her about the reports of a sex dungeon found inside Anderson's home. Ball declined to provide any further details on that or anything else found during the search of his home. There are still many questions here, among them where Robinson was killed.
Do y'all hear this? This weirdo had a sex dungeon. Lord, we have to keep prayed up here. What Patty said here? Healing and blessings to this mother. Exactly. No one should have to endure this pain. Okay, I believe I have another clip here. And it was something with the mother speak. Lana, I'm gonna have to show that clip with the mother. Her mother. I'm gonna have to show that clip. Alright, just give me a second so I can set up the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last clip. Now, this clip I'm going to be showing, it's on Nancy Grace, and she did an interview with the mother, so we're going to hear what the mother has to say, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? She is just a doll. She got her college degree, no kids, 19, working, doing her thing. She was doing her things, and this low life came along.
Sade is beautiful, beautiful soul. I know that my kids were very special and different. My parents raised me, they raised us. We are light workers. We put out positive energy, we exert, we help others. I'm a community advocate as a personal way of my life, the way I live. I've worked for others, I help others my whole life. I've raised my daughters that way. My daughters have excelled. I have 2 daughters. This has caused so much emotional effect to my family, my parents who love my baby so much, her grandparents, her uncles, her aunties, the community. Everyone has pulled up. This has affected many people in Milwaukee. I'm coming here today. This is the hardest thing I would ever have to do in my life, to speak.
Her mother's real pretty too. She got great skin. Look at her. Very pretty woman too. I am so sorry what happened to you. I am so sorry. This should have never happened. This should never happen. Don't fault yourself. You did a great job as a mother. She had everything going for her. She just bumped up with Satan's son.
Sade's voice. Sade was a beautiful soul. She was an amazing girl. Nancy, everything you spoke was exactly what my daughter exerted. I couldn't have asked for any better daughter. There was things my daughter did that many adults were not even able to accomplish in their lifetimes. And I'll be 43 in a week. My birthday's on April 27th.
43? You don't look 43. You look way younger than that. Beautiful. Resume.
Sade's birthday's on May the 10th. I had her on Mother's Day. This son of a... I'm gonna watch my language on this platform. This son of a took my daughter from me a month before she's graduating with her Associate of Arts degree. She works so hard. She's a full-time student. She has 2 full-time jobs. She has her own little bachelorette apartment. She doesn't stay in a college dorm campus. She has her own bachelorette apartment. She has her own...
Well, I didn't know all of that. She had a lot going for her at 19. A lot going for her. This is crazy. All I have to say is thank God they got this man. At least they got him. At least they got him. We have to be thankful for that. That's one positive thing. They got this son of a bee. Because if this son of a bee that should have never been born, he should have never came to this world able to breathe oxygen. He should have never been born. I cannot believe that this man did this to this girl. Are you flipping kidding me? Girl's 19 years old. You're 33. What the heck you doing with a 19-year-old? You're a flipping bartender. You're low life. You're a piece of crap. And you did this to this girl.
Own car. She pays all of her own bills. This is traumatizing, Nancy. I never expected this to pull up on my front door. This isn't normal. This is a 2024 Jeffrey Dahmer. I need him held accountable. I need justice for Sade. There has been a lot of, many Black and brown girls that have been gone missing in Milwaukee for a moment. And all of them are going to be held accountable now because they mess with the wrong family. They mess with the wrong family because we're not going to sit quiet and we're not going to sit still. And we're going to call all of them out. We're going to speak for the whole community because I'm not about to sit down and I'm not about to sit still on this one. It's justice for Sade, Nancy. It's justice.
Miss Scarborough, I feel like anything I or anybody on this panel could say right now, it pales compared to what you just said. And believe me, Miss Scarborough, this story of Sade has not just touched people in Milwaukee. It has touched people around the world. And when you say you're not going to sit back, neither are we until there is justice for your girl and the other missing and murdered girls across Milwaukee. They're not all just missing. They're dead. Many of them are dead.
So pissed.
Guys, with me is Sade's mother, who is in so much pain, but she is joining us tonight to speak out for Sade. What happened? What led up to this night?
Yes, Nancy, yes. Nancy, the last time I spoke to my daughter was on Easter Sunday, okay? We seen her. She came by my parents' home. We spent the Sunday together. This was Easter Sunday, okay? I cooked for them, both of my daughters. We all met by my parents' house where I'm currently at. We all commute here. All my girls are busy. My youngest is 16. They have a lot of activities. They're working. They go to school. I have very successful and independent, self-sufficient.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to end this because I'm getting a little too emotional. I can't. Alright, let's have a moment of silence for her. This should have never happened. Beautiful girl. Stay tuned for part 2. I think I'm gonna do a pre-recording because this is too emotional. I can't do it like this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for hitting the like and everything. Stay tuned. I'm probably doing a part 2 on this, any update. And if it goes to trial, I will definitely follow this low-life piece of crap that should have never been born. He should have never been born. Him. He should never been born. And all these type of men that's like you should never be born. Never. Who's your mom and daddy? Who are they? Who are they? Moment of silence, ladies and gentlemen.